The Gabby Cabby in his car, and you can see from the surrounds today I'm back in my old home. My Mercedes, the Tornio's actually in for servicing. It needs some stuff doing to it, nothing major, just routine bits and pieces really. And I left my damn video stand in there as well, so I'm back to holding things by hand today and hope it doesn't look too shaky or my arm drops off. I might have to do something about it in a little while if it does. Hello Fern Wright, welcome to the chat. You're the first one in there, and hope you're well today and everything's tickety-boo in your world. Hello Harry Harlow, hope you're well as well, and thank you for joining. Helen Middleton too, hello to you. And hope you are all well and safe and sound and enjoying whatever you do during your day. Hello, Julie Baldwin. Hope you're all right. And that's nice of you to join us. Afternoon, Air Zulu. Fuzzy Doxy's here too. Factual Breakdown. How's my favourite Gabby today? Cabby. The Gabby Cabby, yes. I am absolutely fine. I'm in my Mercedes, as you can see. Although it's rather filthy in here. It's overdue a visit to the car wash, definitely. And my Tornio's in for a service. Yes, hello Healing Vibrations. I did read up about Aisling Murphy's funeral this morning, and I noticed as well that all the kids from our class were there. It was like a guard of honour with a picture of her, and I thought that was a very wonderful thing to do, and very moving. And condolences to the family. Hello, Chris Smith, Tricia Southgate, Lorna McKenzie. Hello to all of you. Hello, Anna Perkins. Hello, Jane Griffiths. All of my regulars are coming in. Steve Miles is here already. Welcome, Steve. Hope you're well. Oh, okay, Healing Vibrations. Hopefully I'll be able to watch it later if it remains on there. I must admit I missed that link in that message. I was trying to get the content out for later on, so I'll try and catch up with it. Tracy Regan, hello to you, and I hope you're all right. Edgar Lee, Fuzzy Doxy, John Kent's here in the chat. Hope you're well. Hi Andy, my uncle was in the Royal Navy. God bless the Royal Navy. Yes, I'll drink a tot of rum to that one. Jerry Georgopoulos. Good morning, Andy, from New Hampshire, where it is sunny but windy, -5. Yeah, that's a little bit warmer for you, isn't it, Jerry? And yes, Boris is coming under more pressure to resign. I'll bring you a video out on that old Cummings chap later, but we will see. Andy, my mistake, the Queen can sack the PM if they refuse to resign after a no confidence vote. That doesn't happen because PM cannot carry on without support of his or her party. Yeah, that's right. I read up on it last night just to see what was what. President Higgins' wife hugged Kathleen Murphy, proving zero kung flu. John Kent, hi Factual, hope you're okay. Paul Warner, my local car wash has disappeared back to Poland. When they were going to have to pay tax. Yes, that's the trouble, isn't it? Helen Middleton, did you have your cider last night, Andy? I had too many ciders, and I've got a bit of a thick head today. We're going out this evening. It's my eldest son's 18th birthday tomorrow. So we're going out for a meal tonight because he's actually working on his birthday, the poor bugger. So it's family time tonight, and he's off out with his friends at the weekend for a good old lava up. So if you're around the Canterbury area where I think they're all going, I'd avoid it because there'll be a group of pissed up boys causing mischief, and I hope it's a good kind of mischief where they don't get into too much trouble. But I hope everyone's okay today. And your day is going okay. Mine's not going too bad, really. And as I said before, as you can see, a bit of a change of scene behind me. GB News item last evening about the scary 150,000 fatals in the UK has been scrupulously analysed and been realistically downgraded to circa 17. Wouldn't fit the scary agenda, would it? No, it wouldn't, Anna. No, it wouldn't. Honesty and truth, Fauci now says New variant probable. Yeah, I you know, they're saying that everything could end, but they're going to keep us going with this till at least 2024, 2025. I mean, what worries me is if they get rid of Boris and that bloody Labour lot get in, we'll have socialists all over the place. We'll have them here, we'll have them in Scotland and Wales and Ireland. Go across the pond to America, you got the bloody lefties in the White House. It's awful. Order. Good morning, Andy and everyone. Hello, Acorn Andy. Hope you're well. And thank you for joining the chat. After World War II, all the collaborators were rounded up. I wonder if it'll happen after this crap is over. Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Sending your oldest son congratulations on his 18th birthday and every happiness. Thank you very much, Helium Vibrations. I shall tell him. If he did not know it was against the rules, then he's too thick to be Prime Minister. If he did know it was against the rules, he's too thick to be Prime Minister. Yeah, so he's up a gum tree, isn't he? Whatever way you look at it. Did you see that video I did last night, by the way? Boris being the best of a bad bunch. I wasn't sticking up for the guy in any way, shape or form. I was just relaying to you a video that I saw from another YouTuber. And wanted to know what you thought of it, really. But interesting premise. But if that's the case, he is the best of a bad bunch. Oh dear, we're in a bit of bother, really, aren't we? Sharon Shooter is in the chat. Hello to you. Afternoon, hope you're well. If you were a bit bladdered last night, would you pass a blood test? I'm always frightened to drink at night as I'm driving the next day. Yeah, Paul, what I tend to do, if I know I'm going to have a drink, I won't drive for the whole of that next day, basically. I mean, I've got a day of no driving at all today, so I won't, you know, it's not worth the risk, particularly in my profession. It's just a golden rule I've always had. Billy Boy is anticipating the next big one and has mentioned smallpox. Yes, wouldn't surprise me, Anna. I know there's 3 types of ox. There's chicken pox, smallpox and no, let's not go there. We have a bunch of liars. Yes, Fuzzy Doxy, we certainly do. 65,000 dinghy divers expected across the channel. That's right, Lorna Mackenzie. And I've had a thing to do with YouTube this morning. I did a video on this, which you'll see later on. And it won't let me monetize it. I don't know whether it's because I mentioned Dinghy Divers, the 65,000 number, or what. I have no idea. Anyway, I've, you know, submitted it for a review and see what they say. I mean, they have like a live YouTube support when you're over a certain amount of subscribers, and I spoke to them this morning and they weren't very helpful. Not very helpful at all. Doris got the job done he was elected for. Any other political shade would have been done just as badly with the poison chalice of C19. Yeah, you're right there, Anna. You're right there. Common sense is in short supply, and Andy is top notch with that. Well, thank you very much. Fuzzy Doxy, oh, those fake checkers. Yeah, absolutely. If them dinghy divers get a leader, they would have a big army. Yeah, but you look at it, there's over 60,000 of them expected this year. Hi, Mum. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, there's 60 odd thousand of them expected this year. There was 29,000 last year, was it? So that's like a threefold increase. So what's going to happen in 2023, 2024? If we're not careful, this whole bloody island will sink, and it's no game anymore. It's out of control. Hello, Jodie Pitt. Hope you're well. I saw your reference photo this morning. I like that. That's excellent. Hello, Pete Price. Welcome to the chat. I have to apologise for the wobbling today, people, because I'm in my other car and I forgot to put my stand thing I've got in here to hold the phone still. So I'm having to make do today. So apologies for the odd wobbles, and it's not the DTs. Jeannie P, hello to you. Lorna Mackenzie, the latest is to send them to Rwanda to process them. That's right, Lorna. But, you know, what cost? What cost? It's just not going to happen, I don't think. I really don't think the other thing as well. I mean, I was reading this morning when I was doing my content that the Royal Navy are going to get involved, but the Royal Navy won't use pushback. They won't push them back in the direction they came. What they'll do, they'll escort them all the way here safely to shore. So involving the Royal Navy is a complete waste of time. It's just an exercise in trying to save Boris's arse, which he needs a lot of CYA at the moment, I think. Hello, Julie Keys. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good day. Anna Perkins. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the lady whose partner was in hospital and quite poorly. Is she here today? And good news on that point. That's Jane Griffiths. She come up yesterday, so I think she's in the chat. I thought I saw her name pop up and I shouted out to her. So if you are there, Jane, let us know how your other half's doing, and we can tell everybody. Instead of sending them somewhere or processing, why not just get them to the closest Muslim country and that'll be that? Well, yeah, exactly. Why come here? Andy, don't forget that the MPs claim utility bills to their second homes whilst pensioners freeze. Yes, I haven't forgotten that one. Don't you worry about that. It's bloody fast, isn't it? They pay for that with our taxes and then allow us to freeze. It's crazy. They've got to do something, otherwise it's going to be heat or eat, isn't it? And it is already. I mean, I've got a friend who's on universal credit, and generally about a week or two before his next payout, I have to lend him 20 or 30 quid so he can top his gas up. And we shouldn't be living in a situation like that. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yes, factual. Even when they're caught lying, there's no account. Yeah, that's very true. People do not belong in England. They are deterring tourists, especially females travelling alone. Yep. Well, that's a valid point, isn't it? We don't know who they are, what they do, what they've done, what their intentions are when they get here, or anything about them. It's crazy. Andy, do you ever go to Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park? I've never been there well, I say I've never been there in my life, Harry. I've been to Hyde Park, so I may well have done at least once, but it's not somewhere I've, you know, deliberately set out to go to as a direct destination. Why, do you think I should stand there gobshiting, maybe, and do a bit of Gabby Cabby in Hyde Park? Here I could probably get a visit from them nice Metropolitan Police, couldn't I? That ilk is up to no good. It's who they are, it's how they roll. Yes, you may well be right there, factual. Yeah, the other thing I want to shout out to as well is all of the subscribers. We're up to 21,500 now. So that's wonderful. We were 21.4 yesterday, so I appreciate all your time and support there, and hitting that subscribe button, which I'd like to do if you haven't done so already. And also welcome to the chat, those of you that have just joined us, and this daily chat of Andy the Gabby Cabby. You can see it's in a different car today. It's my Mercedes. I won't show you the back because it's filthy. All that rubbish brought in from the football pitches by my son. And yeah, you'd go down well on Speaker's Corner, Harry Harlow says. Okay, I might consider it one time. Get ourselves an audience. Neil Tanner's in the chat. Afternoon to you. Hope you're well. I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters as well while they're here. And thank you for your support over on Patreon. I noticed somebody's up their pledge by a few quid, so I appreciate that. And also the YouTube channel members as well, the free levels over there. I appreciate your support there also. And to all the subscribers as well, thank you very much. Anna Perkins, second homes should not be homes of their choice, often used as a tax break in capital gains. They should build a block of MP flats with 650 units, and that's where you stay in London. I like that idea. Trouble is, we'll be the buggers paying for it. That's the only drawback. If the DDs can afford to pay thousands to come here illegally, they can afford to come here legally with their papers on a plane. Yeah, Julie, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. And who have we got here? Nick King has just subscribed to the channel. So thank you very much, Nick King. Welcome to Andy the Gabby Cabby, and thank you for your support by hitting the subscribe button, and hope you find what we do here of value. Thank you. How's Angus today? Factual Breakdown's asking my mum. Yeah, is that silly bugger falling in any more fish ponds, or is he all right? Your many subscribers would love to see some of my aircraft drawings, Andy. Yeah, I keep meaning to sit down and put another little collage together of all those, Jody. I haven't forgotten. Trust me, I haven't forgotten. Jessica Hamilton interview tomorrow. Is that you? Do you have a job interview? Tell us, where is it? What's happening? I reckon a block of MP flats, along with the necessary security, could work out far cheaper than the ludicrous claims these leeches put in for. Yeah. Suzanne Baxter forgot what are levels. Here forgot what are levels. What do you mean, Suzanne? Are you talking about the channel memberships? If you clarify that, I'll try and explain it to you. Yes, a good rabbi. The rabbi was suspicious and distracted him, Lorna Mackenzie. Did he throw a chair at him? I read somewhere, and then all of them could get out. That's what he saw an opportunity. But I'm sure I read in the paper that he threw a chair at him, and that was that. But where are we? Susan Baxter channel. Oh, okay. Gary Reynolds, are your drawings on plain paper? She sends them over to me electronically, Uncle Gary. But I'll put another little collage together. There is one at Christmas that I put on of Jodie's drawings, and they're marvellous. I might republish that one again if I get round. Well, it won't take long. I can put that one on again and some more, because she sent me some other stuff since. 2 small boneless steaks, boiled spuds, peas and some mushrooms. Forgot to buy coconut oil, so forced to use stupid crisp and dry oil, of which becomes carcinogenic. Healing vibrator. That's your dinner. Ooh. The Lords get £300 a day for turning up to sit in the chamber, Harry Harlow says. Yes, I wish I'd get £300 a day to sit in my chamber. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'd never have to go to Gatwick again. Dear, oh dear. Gary, he missed the joke, laugh out loud. Yeah, it was over my head. I did miss that. But old Steve didn't. And no jokes about the size of my head, Uncle. Otherwise there will be trouble. Awoken World, cheesy baked enchiladas for us. Oh, that sounds nice. What are different channels? Oh, yeah, but Suzanne Baxter, there's what I have on here, as well as the normal free subscription. There are also channel memberships if you wish to, you know, support the channel in that way. There's 3 different levels. The minimum one's £1 a month, and it's just a token gesture of support. And then there's another level where you get some behind the scenes content and a few extra videos of me, and then there's another level again where you get that and a sneaky peek of you know, the next videos before anybody else sees them. And you've got a join button around here somewhere. I'm not sure where it is on this screen, and you can click on that and have a look. There's a video of me explaining it all, and I'm also on Patreon as well with a similar setup over there, so I hope that helps. Slurpy Dave, has he sneaked in the back door? I didn't see him where I was gassing. We need Slurpy Dave for the jokes. Oh yeah, we do. Hi Andy, I had beef hot pot for lunch. All nice. Perhaps people on the chat here might like just to observe a moment of silence in Ash Murphy's memory. Yes, that's a very good suggestion. I mean, not necessarily kind of now, because I can't stop talking really, but that's a lovely suggestion. Yes, you're all aware of the tragedy that happened in Ireland, where Ash Murphy was murdered quite horribly by some monster, and it was her funeral today. And there was a lovely thing that the kids did. They were all there at her funeral with pictures of her. She was only very young. Was she 23? The join button's just below my left shoulder. Yeah, very, very young indeed. And Healing Vibrations has just suggested having a moment of silence for her, and I think that's a very good idea. So, you know, perhaps in your own moments, just take a moment to reflect and remember how important the sanctity of life really is, because you only get one, and some are cut tragically short. And we must remember, we must cherish every moment, that's for sure. Anyway, Tony Whitworth, 18th of January, marks what would have been the 9th birthday of Emily Jones. Please never ever forget poor little Emily. Sleep well, you beautiful angel. Yeah, yeah, it's awful world where this kind of thing happens. Yeah, little primary school kids all lined up. I saw the picture of them. Awful, heartbreaking. Health food shop, not sure if I'll be allowed through the door at work when I return next month, after being off after op and jib-jabbed. Jean Whitehead just became a member. Wow, my mum's a member. I like it. Let's see what she's done. Jean Whitehead has become a member. Gabby Cabby level 1. Thank you very much, mother. And next time I see you, I'll make the tea. Thank you very much. And that's how you do it. Appreciate that. Lucinda Sweden, I do. Shearer Shandy, I know how hard it can be without. Yay from Factual Breakdown. Air Zulu, I love going around looking for aviation art. I found some great paintings and posters. I like going to aviation collectible venues. Yeah, I just like the museums, Air Zulu. Anywhere where there's a plane that I could potentially get near, and even better still get in the cockpit. Those are the things I like. Good afternoon, Andy. Got your vehicle back yet? Not yet, Tony. It's in the garage. I usually drop it off the night before and pick it up at the end of the day, so be a little while later, I would have thought. Jean Whitehead, are you strict as a mum? She likes to think she is. Amazon full-time warehouse employees make $31,200 a year. Jeff Bezos makes that every 12 seconds. That's obscene, isn't it? The time it took you to read this, Jeff just made another $31,200. Crazy. That is absolutely obscene. Yeah, I'm with you there, Uncle Gary. Duxford's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's I remember their Flying Legends show up there, where they stuck all their old stuff in the air all at once. That was absolutely marvellous. Anna Perkins, yes, she is bonkers. Been to them all. No, I don't think so, Healing Vibrations. My dream would be to have tea with Jean Whitehead with my Beardsley playing with Angus. Oh, I'd love to see that one. Yes. Healing Vibrations, Andy to Gabby Cabby. My mum raises her voice, slaps me on the face with her hand with a tea towel. If I ever swear at her or any of my aunties and uncles. Capital punishment. I have a story about that. From my childhood, no less. You see, I had a bad habit when I was a child of interrupting my mum on the phone when she was talking. And I kept doing it. And there's this one particular day, she said to the person on the phone, hang on a minute. And she said to me, if you don't stop interrupting me on the phone, I'm going to smack you. Well, I ignored that, didn't I? I carried on. And she decided to make good on her threat. The problem is she couldn't catch me. She chased me round the flat. And by the time she caught up with me, we were in hysterical laughter. And she couldn't bring herself to do it. The problem is, the next time I thought I'd try that one, I didn't get away with it and got a good hard wallop. But that was back in the days where you could smack your children and not get put in prison for GBH or something. I do it all the time, interrupt. 44, my dad believes, yeah, there's discipline and there's you know, assault, isn't there? There's a fine line between the two, I think, and you don't cross it. Shuttleworth collection, cars and planes, that's a good one here, Zulu. I went there with my dad a few years back and they got some nice examples up there. That's up Bedford way, isn't it? Did you ever go to the Southend Air Show? Used to love that of a summer. No, I didn't, Tony Collins. So, I mean, before I met my wife, I had a girlfriend that was aviation crazy. And we went to literally almost every air show around the immediate area where we live. You name it, we went there. But there's probably a couple we did miss. I think we went to one in Eastbourne as well, which was a bit of a trek. My dad has a Sally rod and thrashes us, reckons we're old enough and bold enough to know what we're doing. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that. Let's have some more thumbs up, please. Yes, if you are new to the chat and you've just joined us, welcome. This is Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. And as you can see, I'm in my Mercedes today. The usual rigs in the garage, getting a service and an oil change. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on that chat. It helps the YouTube algorithm, you know, find the chat, grow the channel and everything. And that's absolutely lovely. And thank you for all your support. And we're up to 21,500 subscribers now, or at least we were when I walked out the house. And I appreciate all the support there as well. We've jumped up again, so that's quite nice. I appreciate that. There'll be a video coming out about something to do with the Dinghy Divers later. A couple of bits of information there. And I had a little bit of a disagreement with those people, nice people at YouTube earlier as well. Don't know about that. We knew better than to talk back. That was not acceptable. That's right, factual breakdown. I remember the old saying, children should be seen and not heard. Certainly not like that now. Andy, I see 25,000 right on the horizon. Yeah, I hope so, factual. You know, we could really do something about that. Andy, do you believe capital punishment should be brought back in the UK, especially child killers and killing the police? The whole thing with criminal justice is if you've done something wrong or you're accused of doing something wrong to somebody, it has to be proved in a court of law beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are the four key words, beyond a reasonable doubt. If that's the case and you're guilty and there's no absolute way of disproving it otherwise, then yes, I do believe in big crimes like that, the, you know, murders and children-related matters, then I do believe capital punishment should be an option. I really do. I mean, I mentioned my old man being an ex-policeman. One thing he said to me once, prison should be a place that it should be in such a way that once you come out, you never want to go back there again. And they have this problem in America as well. If you follow what's going on over there in certain states, which again are run by socialists, they want to get soft on crime. They don't want to prosecute certain crimes, or they want to downgrade certain crimes, which should be a lot bigger than they actually are. It's a crazy world we live in, and then people will start committing those crimes again, and the crime will go up. I read the other day about a guy that shoved somebody else under a subway train in Times Square, and they called it a racially motivated attack. And when I saw the picture of the assailant, he was a man of colour, and the person that was shoved under the subway train was not white. They were a person of colour as well, not black, but it sounded like they were Asian. And I thought, that's not a racially motivated attack. That's the criminal justice system failing the citizens, because people are starting to do that again. It's really horrible, and it's happening here as well. I have a story that I could tell you about, you know, certain police involvement here, which I'm not very happy with, and I can't say anything yet, but believe you me, I will do when I'm able to. It's a case of things being left too long and being let down. It's not good. That sounds rough. Healing vibrations. My sister was a goody two-shoes and never got smacked, nor me. My dad smacked me up until I turned 18, then he just yelled if he was angry about something. Yeah, all prisoners that have been found guilty should be only on bread and water. Trouble is, they go there, they get a room, Sky TV and all the mod cons, don't they? I mean, not murder and all that sort of thing. The lesser crimes you go to prison for, you need to be punished, but at the same time, you need to be given an opportunity of redemption if it's possible. But it's not possible in all cases. Some people make their living out of you know, committing crimes. It's crazy stuff. I mean, I remember another story talking about my dad. He used to pair up with another police officer, and what they used to do was they used to be given a list of people, persons of interest they needed to go and apprehend, and some of them used to be dodgy tradesmen. And what they used to do, they used to rent a house or get hold of a house and pose as people, and they'd say like, oh, there's a rogue plumber, I want you to come round and look at my plumbing in this house. And then my dad, the uniformed officer, would open the door, and then he'd turn around to run, and my dad's partner would be standing behind him. And there used to be a burglar as well. There was a normal sized person, and I won't say the M word because, like Marks and Spencer's with their sweeties, I don't want to offend anybody, but there used to be a vertically challenged person as well, and the vertically challenged person used to go through a cat flap or an open window or something like that, and then open the front door to let the other guy in, and then they'd turn the place over. You know, all those things will start happening again. I'll try and keep this short. Guy in my local park witnessed an old lady having her bag snatched by two muggers. He set his dog after one and he tackled the other. He was arrested. Says it all, doesn't it? It makes you not want to help people because you're getting arrested for trying to do the right thing. Yeah, that's right, Unc. The CPS don't seem to want to prosecute crimes at the true level they are. I mean, I won't go into detail here, but because it's a family matter. But years ago, my dad, my grandfather, two of my aunties, and another family relative went out for a drink. And when they came back, they were set upon by this bloke and a couple of his thugs, his morons. And my dad tackled two of them, and my dad's friend had the other one, and it all went to court. They knew my dad was a police officer, and my dad actually sorted out what was going to be done about the whole thing. We got a nickname for that event in our family. We called it the Battle of Baldock. I'm sure my uncle will know what I'm referring to now. That was some years ago, but that's when criminal justice was actually criminal justice, before we had such a thing as the CPS. We were burgled, a newsagent with barred windows. Cops said once they get their head through, they can get their bodies through, providing they're not obese. Cat burglars, yeah. My mum knows what I'm referring to. Ha 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 ha. No faith in the police, I'm afraid, Julie Keith says. I don't blame you, and there's a lot of people like it. There's a lot of police bashing online, and I'm afraid I will call it out as well if I see it. But, equally, we need to be reminded that they do good work some of the time. There are some good eggs, so I try and pull those stories out as well. Thank you, Harry Harlow. Appreciate that. Ooh, windy pops again. It's that Diet Coke. I'll have to change my diet. Disgraceful Diane Abbott slapped down as sonic boom asylum seeker claims unravels. Was that old pretty what's-her-face took her down a peg or three this morning? I was reading. Mind you, it's not hard, is it really? Harry Harlow, 10 please. Watch Dance with a Stranger, Brit film made in 1985. I was only 7 years old in 1985. Ruth Ellis should never have been hanged. Yep. Windy pops. Good job it wasn't windy poops. That's called a follow through, isn't it? Thankfully, I'm only having this. 22 more likes to get to the 100 mark. So if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. If you're new to the chat, try and do it on your way in or on the way out. And it helps the YouTube algorithm grow and helps it find the channel and everything else with it. And I appreciate it. And a shout out to all of you subscribers. I really appreciate you with all of your support. Healing Vibrations. Handed a Gabby Cabby. The guard allowed Dad to abuse us. Not talking about the thrashings, but the loaded double-barrel shotgun. Oh my God. Jesus. That's horrific. What happened to your dad? Is he still here? Is he somewhere else? Is he, you know, departed? Where is your dad now? That's just awful. Mad Spaniel. You can't keep drinking fizzy drinks like that without the gas wanting to escape from somewhere. Just don't lower the camera, for God's sake. Yes, I do appreciate the sentiment. What do you think of voter ID? No, I don't. You know, we have ID, we have driver's licenses, we have passports, and you know, voting is a choice. If you want to say, if you want to vote, you go and vote, and you give your name on a piece of paper. I do not agree with voting ID at all, and I do wonder whether these damn VPs that they were trying to push through were a way of getting that down. I really do. My parents met Ruth Ellis, Andy. Okay. We got robbed when I was a kid. I recognised the footprint left behind. It was my school friend. Oh my God. Yeah, well, we got burgled when I was, I think, 15, about 15 years old. And they actually put their foot through the front door, actually kicked the front door in, and there wasn't a single fingerprint anywhere in the house to be found. And what had actually happened, they'd put their ungloved hand on the window ledge outside to support themselves as they kicked the door in. And it turns out from those fingerprints, it was somebody who was previous, and they were apprehended, but they didn't get the punishment that they had coming to them, being a repeat offender, I don't think. Jesus. Dad never got punished. He is in Tullamore. Okay. Everything was taken and destroyed. That's awful. Awful. I really feel for your Healing Vibrations. I don't know what to say. You just got to live your life the best you can, haven't you? And, you know, try and not allow that that cycle to repeat. Can't be very easy. BBC has invested more than 150 million in Chinese state-owned companies accused of links to appalling human rights violations, using licence payers' money to get into bed with it. Yeah, and then they're complaining about their licence fee being frozen for 2 years. Rank hypocrites, all of them. She couldn't possibly have fired the gun that killed her lover, Andy. It was too powerful. Okay, I'll have to look into that case. I must admit I'm not familiar with it. I'll jump on the Tinterweb when I get indoors and have a look. 15 more likes to the 100. Can't hear Andy, so I go to Afterlife channel. Okay. Has anyone else got sound problems? Can anybody else not hear me? That's the second person I've said that can't hear me. And I hope everything's all right. Honesty and truth, Drift Wannabe. Let's have a discussion in the main part of the channel after Andy has finished here. More than willing to swap opinions. Sounds perfect, sounds okay for me. Yeah, if you have got sound trouble, then do try a reset, maybe, see if that works. As a kid, I delivered papers, found the shop alarm full of expanding foam twice. Dear, oh dear. Andy, some of the people with camera phones go around annoying the police. Should be stopped. Yeah, I mean, that's these so-called auditors, isn't it? It's, you know, you stick a camera in someone's face without permission, they got the ump, and I don't blame them. Yes, there's a few people in the chat I've missed. I'm just scrolling back just to make sure I get everybody, and it's good that everybody can hear me okay. No, I haven't switched to the indoors internet. I'm actually closer to my house, Anna Perkins, but it was kind of half strength, so I turned it off, and I'm just on the 4G, and I'm pretty much where I usually am. Sorry to hear about your past. Hear you're fine. Don't like self-appointed auditors. Yeah, it's crazy. It's bloody freezing up this neck of Hertfordshire. When does it start getting lighter at night? That would be a pleasant surprise. Andy was a paper boy in his youth. Yeah, thanks, Mum. I certainly was. I had a couple of paper rounds in my time, and I remember once I set an alarm to get up in the morning, and I got up, and the time I thought it was I think an hour or two earlier than it really was, and I went out when I shouldn't have done and couldn't get back in the house, and I had to do a reverse charges phone call to Mum to try and get back indoors. That was quite something. If it was me who had to switch to Sun's internet service, the usual buffering problem earlier. We had paper boys growing up. My dad was a very big tipper. Yeah, we used to do well at that at Christmas. Hi Andy, sound is affected if MI5 or MI6 are doing surveillance. Okay. Hi Andy, it's freezing here in Norfolk and my boiler just broke. Ooh, I hope you get it sorted, Angie. Well, it's not good when that happens. I remember when we had the really cold weather and people's boilers were breaking down, and it was a pipe that was freezing up, and we were advised to just pour boiling water over it, and it seemed to cure the problem. Hello, Lisa Farr. Yeah, you're a bit late, but you're here. That's the main thing. That's the main thing, that you pop in even for a bit and say hello. No problem at all. Cold and foggy where my mum is. Yes, it's a bit like that where we are. You didn't have your own house key then, Andy? At that point in time, no, I didn't. I was still a young lad. I think I was, oh God, 13. I must have been about 13 or 14 where we lived in that place. Oil-based electric radiator, 40 quid, job done. Yeah, definitely. Freezing in New Jersey, heavy rain last night, and the sump pump at my friend's rental just stopped working. Ooh, not good. Did you see what happened in Tonga? Complete and utter devastation with that undersea volcano that went off. They got before and after photos of the islands, and it looks like it's completely wiped out everybody and everything. It's awful. Tony Collins, on that word, I'm off ski. All the best, pal. You too, Tony. Have a good rest of the day, and thank you for stopping by. The dinghies seem to have it better than the Brits, and that's disgusting. Yeah, you're right there, Factual. You're right there. They're getting all the mod cons, even Royal Navy ships to come and pick them up now. Definitely. Nice and sunny in the northeast. Yes, very sad about Tonga. I saw one island that had 50 houses on it, and they're all gone. Just completely flattened. It's horrible. Moved to my current home in 1996. Pipes froze. Invited by lovely colleagues to take baths at theirs. Given bottled water. When it thawed, we had 4 burst pipes. What a mess. Gee whiz. Did we not come up with a new name for them dinghy divers? Well, I thought the ones that come over on a plane we could call skydivers, but I'm not sure about that. But I think I might have to come up with a new name for dinghy divers, because I was having trouble getting a video monetised by YouTube this morning where I refer to dinghy divers, and they might not like it. Aerial aliens, there's a good one, Anna. Well, they're illegal ones, aren't they, at least? Channel chasers, yeah, that works. Every year I hear of people breaking legs and ankles skiing on the piss. Yeah. Hairy-assed men, yep. Thank you to all of those you who have sent kind regards my way. Ireland is quite good at stigmatising those who have ill mental health. That's a problem all round, isn't it? I mean, I'm not taking anything away from what you just said, but people just don't understand. Tonga is so sad. Poor lady that was from the UK went out there to look after dogs. Lost her life trying to save one, God bless her. Yeah, I think they recovered her body, didn't they, Mum? I read earlier that they actually found her. So at least she can be laid to rest. Just look at what happened with mother-baby homes. It wasn't clergy or nuns solely responsible. Yeah, when's the government going to bring out the aliens? That'll be next. That will be next. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, welcome to the chat, everybody. Daily chat of Andy the Gabby Cabby. You can see I'm in the murk today. Haven't got my camera stand, so it's a little bit wobbly like that. If you haven't done so already, we're only 6 off the 100 mark, so if you could hit the like button, I'd appreciate that. And it will show support for the channel, help the YouTube algorithm, get the channel up there, and all tickety-boo as well. So all good, I appreciate it. And don't forget, you can find us on Patreon too, and we got some YouTube channel memberships as well if you so desire. But all that besides, thank you for watching, thank you for your support and continuing to contribute to the channel in the way that you do. Honesty and truth, the main criminals in Parliament won't be getting my vote. They haven't for several years. You and a lot of others. Yeah. Sub-skimmers, I like that. Somebody put, I think it was Tim Hicks, was talking about Boris, and he put he's about as much use as a sunroof on a submarine. That did make me laugh, that one. Aliens next, you could be right, as if, yeah, or war with Russia. Could be anything like that down the pipeline. The old rhetoric on that's going up a bit as well. Ireland as a whole is a rotten gone beaned land. I would like to go to Ireland one day. I mean, my old man, when he was in the army, did a tour in Northern Ireland. He's a military policeman. And I remember once he was talking about going back there, whether he ever does or not. I suppose to lay old ghost to rest, as you call it. And I think I'd go with him if he went. But we'll see, maybe one day. I hope to see Andy on Judy Ron soon. Then back on Police Off the Cuff, well, hopefully. That will happen. I know Judy Ron mentioned getting me on the show a little while back, so hopefully that will work out and we'll get something set up. I watched a couple of Judy Ron shows over the last week or two and saw the one where he gave my mum a shout out, Andy the Gabby Cabby's mum. That was good. I'm losing the New York accent because I haven't been practicing. My spot on the 100, Andy. Tony Whitworth says, looking forward to that. Harry Harlow says, country is a shithole. Yeah. Judy Ron loves Gene Whitehead. I think that's mutual. Factual breakdown. 101. Whee! The Quiet Man movie was my dad's favourite film, Andy. Okay. I'll look into that, and also Ruth Ellis as well. But yeah, controversial subject that can be, but the criminal justice system in this country is shot. Back in 1934, my mother was born of an unmarried mother. Certifiable? In 1954, my unmarried mother gave birth to me. Marginally certifiable. I gave birth to my son in 86. Thankfully, free as a bird. It's funny how things change, isn't it, Anna? It really is. Such a lovely man, factual breakdown, Gene Whitehead says about Judy Ron. And yes, a 9/11 first responder, no less. Very brave man as well, with getting on 30 years working in and around law enforcement, including 20 odd years in the NYPD. Yes, definitely. Air Zulu, pint of Guinness in Dublin, bloody lovely but not cheap, £4. 55p for a pint at me local. No wonder pubs are going out of business. That's very true. You know, as I said, we're doing something later, and it'll be my first visit to one of them in quite a while. Healing Vibrations was born in 78. So was I. I will be 44 this year as well. I know you have just recently. What is that in US dollars, Andy? What, £4? I'll have to tell you in a while. I'm not sure what the current exchange rate is at the moment. The NYPD is full of Irish cops. Well, there seems to be a lot of Irish, yeah. Which birth certificates do you refer to? Anna Perkins is asking. Yeah, with the exchange rate, I think you can just do a quick Google search. I don't know off the top of my head. It's probably £2.50, something like that. I don't know. I'll have to look. Christine Ayres, hi Andy. Hope the link I gave you was okay, mate. Just got back home. Okay, I'll have a look in a bit. Some pubs, £6 for a pint in Chelmsford. Yeah, I've seen that down here in a couple of places. Quiet Man was John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara, a perfect pairing, and they were good friends. Yeah, there you go. Factual breakdown. My mum's just looked it up for you. £4 English is $5.43. There you go. Hello, Ryan Sanford. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're well. Boom. VA Gov. Youngskin signs 11 executive orders on first day in office. Bans CRT and school mask mandate. Rescinds vax mandate for state employees. There you go. Another fall apart for old Sleepy Joe. One of my dad's favourite, thought it sounded familiar. In the US, a lot of bars are charging $8 or more for a beer and $12 for a mixed drink. That's daylight robbery, factual. It really is. I thought it was bad here. Oh, there's no headroom in this car. Look, that's the roof. So you have to be a bit careful. The Latinos are taking the place of the Irish. To Harry Harlow from Factual Breakdown. If your mum was in a mum-baby home, her records and those of yours are sealed if born in Ireland. Oh, okay. Hyperinflation, yes, that's what it's called. Definitely hyperinflation. I call that Aruba pricing. I call it daylight robbery, factual. It's or a misdemeanor, as those cops could call it. And you should do time. I watch bar rescue, and US alcohol prices are ridiculous. They certainly are at that. Just waved at my neighbour and she looked the other way. She's probably wondering what I'm doing, sitting here talking into a mobile phone. Never mind. My brother runs a bar near Dallas and he says it's expensive to buy a bevy. they're up to $9. Yes, it's crazy money, isn't it? Crazy money. Rich Howe, immigrants get a front door after 4 months. Yes, and what about all the homeless people on the streets and our homeless veterans and everybody like that needs support? It's crazy. Place in New Jersey that charges $15 for a milkshake. That's mad. Absolutely mad. Very pricey indeed. Tony Whitworth, the only thing that can save Biden is a world war, it was reported. That's scary. Have you been reading the news? That's not great. My natural mum and godmum were UK based. One tiny detail remembered by my adoptive mother and told to me when I guessed my origins opened up a whole new family tree. Wow, that's incredible. But I remember looking at Ancestry when I was trying to trace my family tree, and I ended up swapping emails with a second cousin we worked it out on my mum's side, who I'd never even met. And when I mentioned some of the names to her of my family on that side as well, she knew who I was referring to, but hadn't really met them. So it was crazy. Andy, so what's the plan to get the country back on its feet? Anyone have an idea? Yeah, we could be here a while, couldn't we? We could be here a while. But I think it's a top-down clear-out, to be honest. Hemp, yeah, that's a plan. That's a plan. But we're in a whole heap of trouble. When I start doing videos entitled "Is Boris the Best of a Bad Bunch?" we really have got troubles, haven't we? Really bad. Anna Perkins, you can then relocate to the UK, Ireland, having UK parents. There you go. Right. Thank you, everybody, for joining the chat. We're Andy the Gabby Cabby, nearly an hour in daily chat. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. And it'll help the algorithm find me. And don't forget, we're over on Patreon as well, and we have YouTube channel memberships, and a shout out to those of you that have signed up for it there. And at 57 minutes we're going to have to start wrapping up, because I've gotten a little bit later today. I've got to go and do the school run and go and collect my lad. So have a good day, everybody. Don't forget, there are videos coming out from 6 o'clock. I think I've managed to get 6 or 7 on the board today. Certainly 6, but I'll make sure there's 7 if there's not. So look out for that from 6 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your days, everybody. Whatever you're doing, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will reconvene tomorrow, same time, different car. Well, actually might be a different time, because I'm off to Gatwick, so I may log on probably around 4, 5 o'clock and do a live stream from somewhere up that neck of the woods. But I'll let you know tomorrow morning when I'm more aware of what's going on and what time. So until then, the usual thing to sign off. Toodaloo.